Good evening and welcome to MMU TV Prime News Bulletin. In the headlines tonight, increased fuel price. NPC condemns brutal Mwiki petrol attack and assault on officers, university students in the pursuit of soft life. Human rights group wants GBV declared national crisis, and several graduates turn to self-employment to earn a living. Kenya's film industry in focus as Cannes 2026 crowns its greatest films, and in sports, the world takes note, the 48th Team World Cup looming. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Hugo Masi Odoni. Thousands of commuters are walking to work this morning after operators pulled vehicles off the roads in protest over last week's fuel price hike. EPRA raised petrol by 16 shillings 65 cents and diesel by 46 shillings 29 cents per litre. Our reporter George Odhiambo is at Jogoo Road with the latest.
It's now 9 a.m. and the situation near Jogoo Road doesn't change much since early morning. Most commuters are still off-road and hundreds of commuters are walking or waiting for the few vehicles operating. I'm Peter Njoroge. I've been here since 5 a.m. in the morning. I can't afford the 150 shillings they are charging to town because usually we are being charged 100. So I didn't come prepared for the extra 50 shillings. So now I want to walk to town. The Transport Sector Alliance called the strike after EPRA's review on 14th May. Operators implement a 50% fare hike immediately, but says it is still not enough to cover the cost. Fare from Rongai, Kibra and Kawangware to CBD have jumped from 50 to between 150 and 200 shillings. As of 9 a.m., the strike is holding on this route. Commuters tell me they can't sustain this fare for a full week. Reporting for MMU TV, I'm George Odhiambo.
The National Police Service launches a manhunt after a horrific petrol attack leaves a woman fighting for her life in Mwiki. Plus, a crackdown begins following back-to-back assaults against traffic police officers on duty in Embakasi and Langata. We go straight to our crime correspondent, Jane Mutheo, with the details.
A specialized team from the DC headquarters have taken over investigations in Kasarani sub-county following a shocking incident where a woman was doused in petrol and set ablaze. The victim, identified as Rachel Wandeto, was accosted by three men along Obama Road on 11th Street in Mwiki. She is currently fighting for her life at Kenyatta National Hospital, having sustained 70% burns. Preliminary police reports suggest the brutal assault may be linked to her political views.
There has been speculations around the possibility of political motive, basically attacking her for her political beliefs.
The DCI have been directed to move with speed and unravel what happened, so that all those who are involved, they must have their day before a court of law. And we must also, number two, get to understand the motives behind that, so that we can be able to deal accordingly.
In a stern press statement, the National Police Service strongly condemned the attack alongside two separate recent incidents targeting law enforcement officers within the city. Over the weekend, a motorist was caught on video physically assaulting a traffic police officer on duty in Embakasi. In a separate incident in Langata, the crew of Metro shuttle bus assaulted another officer enforcing traffic laws. Reporting for MMU TV, I'm Jane Mutheo.
Several county governors have been named in the Senate for misusing public funds running into billions. Here is the reports on the allegations from the Senate proceedings.
Thank you so much. I'm Hugo Masi Mudhoni and these are our court proceedings. The Senate Public Accounts Committee flagged rogue governors in the latest Auditor General's report for failing to account for billions meant for development projects. Auditors found irregularities in procurement and uncompleted projects across several counties. Moving on, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is expected to investigate further. Affected governors have denied the claims. Back to you. Thank you.
Concerns continue to grow over risky relationships among university students, raising questions about safety and emotional well-being. Our reporter, Ateno Immaculate, has the story.
University life is often seen as a time for learning, growth, and independence. Parents are now experiencing concern over the safety of the university students following incidents where young people have reportedly lost their life under unclear circumstances. Some families are left demanding answers after their children are reported missing, later found dead in isolated areas, leading to police investigation. However, growing concerns continue to emerge over some university students being involved in risky relationships, often influenced by financial struggles, peer pressure, and the pursuit of a luxurious lifestyle commonly referred to as soft life. Some students struggling financially seek support from older or financially stable partners in hopes of maintaining a better lifestyle. In some cases, police investigations have been launched to determine what happened and whether false play was involved. Education stakeholders and students are now calling for more awareness on healthy relationships, personal safety, and emotional well-being among young people. Many believe universities should continue guiding students on making informed decisions and seeking help wherever they feel unsafe. As concerns continue to grow, many believe greater awareness and strong guidance and open conversation on personal safety and healthy relationship could help students make informed decisions and avoid unsafe situations. Reporting for MMU TV, I'm your reporter, Immaculate Atieno.
Countries across East Africa are on high alert following a renewed outbreak of the deadly Ebola virus disease in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Our reporter, Joel Munyao, has more.
Ebola outbreak in the eastern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo has raised concern across East African regions, with governments moving quickly to prevent the spread of the virus across African borders. Health officials say surveillance teams have been deployed at major entry points, with the travelers undergoing mandatory screening and temperature check.
Countries including Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda and Tanzania have intensified preparedness measures amid fears that the increased regional movements could heighten the risk of transmission. Medical experts are encouraging members of the public to maintain proper hygiene, avoid contact with suspected infected people, and seek immediate medical attention in case of symptoms such as fever, vomiting, bleeding and severe weakness. The outbreak has also sparked economic and social concerns, particularly among trade and transport operators who depend on cross-border business between East African nations and the DRC. Some residents near border areas say they fear the disease could disrupt travel, trade and learning activities if the situation worsens. Reporting for MMU Radio, I'm Joel Munyao.
Human rights organizations backed by the Law Society of Kenya have issued a strict 40-day ultimatum to the government to declare gender-based violence a national crisis. The demand follows a horrifying spike in nationwide femicide cases.
An alliance of civil society organizations and legal professions is demanding immediate executive intervention following a sharp increase in gender-based violence across the country. Recent statistics from FIDA Kenya indicate that 50% of all weekly cases documented this year are linked to domestic violence. This escalating crisis has triggered widespread public outcry, prompting human rights defenders and citizens to take their grievances directly to the streets.
Today we came onto the streets because we have written petitions. We have spoken to the government. We were part of the coalition and the task force. We gave our views, but nothing is changing.
Furthermore, the alliance has threatened to initiate strategic interest litigation in court should their official demands remain unaddressed. They are calling for an immediate budgetary allocation towards safe houses alongside the establishment of localized rapid response networks to mitigate further loss of life across affected communities. The leadership has reiterated that immediate executive action is required to protect vulnerable citizens and put a definitive end to this continuous cycle of violence and femicide. Reporting for MMU TV News, I'm Dr. Grace, Nairobi.
The increase of unemployment among the youths in Rongai remains a major challenge, leading most to start small business as many companies slow down hiring. Report indicates that nearly 67% of young people are unemployed in Kenya today. However, those with the small businesses are now facing a lack of adequate funds. Sophia Miregwa brings the story into perspective.
According to the footage courtesy of the NTV Kenya posted in YouTube, unemployment continues to affect thousands of young people across the country.
Specifically, as youth, we really face a lot of challenges. So the main reason for maybe youth unemployment is because the areas that we are supposed to get our jobs are really flooded.
And despite earning the degree, most graduates still struggle to get good jobs, with some experiencing the negative side arising from this.
It has made many youths to be idle. Most of them are turning into stealings. They are doing drugs, and many of them, especially in my school, most of them have turned themselves into goons.
Recruiters and human resource professionals now say that the challenge is not only lack of jobs, but a mismatch between skills and market demands, which most of them lack. But for some, connection is a major channel to get the jobs easily.
Our graduates have basically what they have learned from the school. Now, employers are looking for something extra and are never advertised. These jobs are gotten through connections. And I'm a good example that I've been able to place so many people without people having to advertise positions.
It is also noted that there is a high demand for technical vocational training college students.
Anytime I'll go for a TVET graduate. Yeah. Because they are more practical and they have more skills than the university graduates.
However, legal experts
argue that unemployment is tied to the weakened policy and system in Kenya today.
The structure and the system, I would say, is the one that fails the youth. It is not structured in a way that it's protecting these job seekers from that exploitation.
Sophia Miregwa, MMU TV.
In a recent skit made by local, friendly Kenyan comedian Kennedy Odhiambo, aka Crazy Kenna, posted up on Wednesday, May 20th, from his Johannesburg film base that seemed to mock foreign struggles in South Africa.
Nimeingia Afrika Kusini baba, anataka kutesa tu. Sasa unataka luto kutesa. Umna nilala semfigile bafo unjani. Pole, itilafu za kiutamu kidogo hapo lakini utanielewa tu.
The world of cinema has its answer. The 2026 Cannes Film Festival has crowned its greatest film, and tonight, as the dust settles on the French Riviera, the global entertainment industry, is asking what this year's Palm D says about the future of storytelling. Our entertainment correspondent has the story.
It is the most coveted prize in world cinema, and on Saturday evening, at the closing ceremony of the 79th Cannes Film Festival, Romanian director Cristian Mungiu walked to the stage for the second time in his career to lift the Palme d'Or, the golden leaf that defines filmmaking excellence. His film, Fjord, takes place in the snow-dusted silence of a Norwegian village and asks brutal questions about tolerance, prejudice, and what happens when different cultures collide. It stars Sebastian Stan, the actor who played Donald Trump in The Apprentice, alongside Norwegian star Renata Reinsve. The win is significant for several reasons. It is Mungiu's second Palme d'Or, making him only the 10th director in history to achieve that distinction. It is his first film shot entirely outside Romania and is the 7th consecutive year that indie distributor Neon has backed the Palme winner, a streak that began with Parasite in 2019. Critics have praised the film's 91% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, calling it a razor-sharp moral drama for our time. But beyond the glamour of the French Riviera, Cannes 2026 carries a message for the African film industry and for Kenya in particular. African films are increasingly gaining international recognition. Kenya's own creative sector, buoyed by growing investment in the Showmax originals and local productions, is beginning to find its footing on the global stage.
And my feeling is that today the society is split, it's divided, it's radicalized, and if you want, this film is a pledge against any kind of fundamentalism. It's a pledge for these things that we quote very, very often, like tolerance and inclusion and empathy. These are lovely words, and we're in Europe, we're used to lovely words, but we need to apply them more often. Thank you.
Industry analysts say Cannes remains the benchmark, and that for Kenya filmmakers aspiring to compete at that level, this year's winner offers a lesson. Compelling, culturally rooted stories about real human conflict travel further than any budget can buy. Fjord now heads into the global awards season with significant momentum. For the entertainment industry, from Hollywood to Nairobi, the message from Cannes 2026 is the same one it has always been. The best stories win. Rono Nimrod, MMU TV, Nairobi.
Finally, the football world is preparing for a historic change as the upcoming FIFA World Cup expands from 32 to 48 teams. While the new format promises more excitement and opportunities for smaller nations, concerns are also growing over player fatigue, travel demands, and the overall quality of competitions. Our sports reporter now looks at what the expanded tournament could mean for the future of global football. George Saitoti has more.
For decades, the FIFA World Cup has been the biggest stage in international football. Now the tournament is entering a new era, with 48 national teams set to compete for the ultimate prize. The expanded format is expected to give more countries a chance to participate, especially nations from Africa, Asia, and North America that previously struggled to qualify. African nations are among the biggest beneficiaries, with more qualification slots, hope for countries seeking their first World Cup appearance. However, critics warn the largest tournament could place more pressure on players already facing crowded football calendars. FIFA insists the new format will make the competition more inclusive, while maintaining the excitement that makes the FIFA World Cup the most watched sporting event in the world. As anticipation builds, fans across the globe will now wait to see whether the expanded World Cup bring greater competition or new challenges for the beautiful game. Reporting for MMU TV, I'm George Saitoti.
We have come to the end of our bulletin this evening. Have a lovely night. Bye.